Anna Herring from the Radio Disney Club, and I'm here with Taylor Edwards. And
hi, guys.
Yep. And Taylor is a brand new musician who is now on iTunes with her very first single, "A Change the Surface." And she started out on YouTube, and she covers songs all the time and posts them on there. And I thought it'd be really cool to have her on there. So thank you for coming and being on the show, Taylor.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This is awesome.
You're welcome. It's awesome having you. Okay, what made you want to start singing?
Honestly, this sounds really cheesy, but when I was 6 years old, well, it was around 6 years old, I heard Britney Spears, and I thought she was awesome. So that's kind of what started all of it, you know, like the Britney Spears, Spice Girls phenomenon.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, I started doing musicals at my elementary school. And then it kind of went from that to getting into a school choir in like middle school and junior high. And then I just started kind of picking up the guitar because I saw people cover songs on YouTube. And it made me really want to do it. And so it kind of just all exploded from there.
That is really cool. So your first single, "A Change the Surface," is now on iTunes. And what inspired you to write that? What's it about?
It's actually about one of my older friends who is a grade older than me. I'm a sophomore in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Told me right before my freshman year that when I got into high school, I was going to change and be a completely different person and do all kinds of bad things. So it's kind of about how you don't have to change being who you are. You can kind of still be the same person. And yeah, so that's kind of what that's about.
That is really interesting. I really love the line, the pressure's building up, about to hit the breaking point, so open your eyes and see the reality I speak. I think that's it. It's been a while since I listened to it. So I really, really love those lines. It's like, it has, like, it's more of a deeper meaning, so I like it because of that.
Well, thank you.
You are very welcome. Alright, so you just mentioned like the Spice Girls, people like that, etc. So if you could write a song with any celebrity, who would it be?
There's actually a few that I would want to write with. Definitely one of them would have to be Taylor Swift because she is a fabulous songwriter, and I think it'd be really cool to write one with her. I love Sugarland, obviously. They're some of my biggest inspirations. And they're also great songwriters. And another one that kind of comes to mind, which is really random, is Katy Perry. I love her too.
Katy? Who is she? I've never heard of her really. Like, I've heard her song, but
she's more of a pop artist, but she sings the "I Kissed a Girl" song, which, you know, I wouldn't have to write anything like that, but so if you listen to her album,
Does she sing "Hot and Cold"?
Yes.
Okay, now I know who you're talking about. Okay.
Yes. Her album and her songwriting, some of it is really, really good. So I'd really love to write with her too. I think it'd be interesting.
Alright, so I have a couple of fan questions here. And Anna Pappas from Virginia, she wants to know if you've ever heard of Josh Golden.
Actually, I think I have. I think I saw him in a YouTube video. Was it with Savannah Newton, maybe?
Yeah, he covered, yeah, exactly. And he was on Radio Disney's NBT Next Big Thing. He was a contestant on that, so.
Yes, I've definitely heard of him. He's really cool.
Are you a fan?
I'm a fan. He's awesome.
Sweet. Alright, so who are your favorite actors and actresses?
I love Reese Witherspoon and Emma Roberts. Those are probably my favorite actresses. And as far as actors go, Channing Tatum. I love him. Trying to think of all the actors. Oh, Taylor Lautner, definitely. Robert Pattinson.
Okay, hottest werewolf and vampire in existence.
Yes.
Are you a fan of the Twilight Saga?
You know, I'm a fan of the movies. I read Twilight, but I kind of stopped reading them after that. Not because I got bored or anything, only because continue on reading and
Yeah,
then
they're
just kind of
really,
gone out of it.
they're really, really long books.
But I love the movies, so I'm sure I'd love the rest of the series.
Team Edward or Team Jacob?
You know, I don't know. Can I be half and half?
Team Switzerland.
What?
I said Team Switzerland. I said Team Switzerland.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in the book New Moon, Edward and Jacob were trying to get Bella to choose between them over which person, and they're like, okay, you're either Team Edward or Team Jacob. She's like, well, I'm neither, so I'm Team Switzerland.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's like,
I guess I'm Switzerland.
yeah, I'm Team Edward personally, not because of not because like I'm like taking the vampire side or anything. It's just because you fall in love with a person, you're gonna spend your life with them, then you're not gonna choose the friend because friends aren't as good as, you know, the person you're gonna spend the rest of your life with. So
I kind of like them for their own reasons. I love Edward because obviously he's the one who steals your heart in like the movie and the first book, and then Jacob kind of comes in second, and he's like the sweet, you know, like just trying to help out, and then he turns in. You kind of feel bad for him because Bella doesn't immediately like latch onto him. So I'm in between, definitely.
Yeah, it's really hard to choose. They both have amazing things about them. So you read Twilight, but you haven't read the rest of the books. You just loved the movies. So what's your favorite book?
My favorite book. That's a hard question. What is my favorite book? I don't know. You stumped me on that one.
Yay!
I'll tell you the last book I read that I really liked.
What was it?
The Lovely Bones.
I haven't read that book yet, but I heard that at the end of the movie she clobbers the guy in the head with an icicle or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good book. It's definitely not for a weak stomach. But
yeah, I don't want to read it because I looked it up on Wikipedia and I've seen the movie trailers and it sounds so creepy. Like, I am a book fanatic. I read 57 books last year. But,
oh my god.
Yeah, I love reading. But I don't want to read a book that's going to bring me to tears. There are some books that I've had to go like, okay, you can do this, Hannah. You can finish reading. And then when you finish reading the book, it wasn't as good as it could have been because it was just so hard. So, have you ever heard of Sarah Dessen?
Who?
Sarah Dessen.
I have. She's an author, right?
Yeah, young adult. She specializes in young adults, and she's amazing.
Yeah, I haven't read any of her books, but I've definitely heard of her before.
You should definitely read The Truth About Forever and Just Listen and This Lullaby. I think those are her best. They're really good.
Okay, I'll definitely check those out.
Have you ever heard of Elizabeth Scott?
I haven't.
Ah, she's not as well known, but you should check her out too. She's really good.
I will. I'll search her too.
Yeah, so who is your favorite author?
Another hard question.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really have a favorite. I just kind of like, I mean, sometimes I feel like, I don't know, I go more off the book than the author, I guess.
Yeah.
Sometimes, this sounds really bad, but sometimes I don't even really pay attention to the author, or I'll read, I mean, I do pay attention, but I'll read like one book of theirs and then be done. So, yeah, I guess I don't really have a favorite author. Just kind of go off if their book is good, and then, yeah.
That's a good way to do it. You don't always have to choose. There are some people who have to have their favorite author. Oh, buy her book as soon as it comes out. There are other people who are just like, whatever. I just like books.
Yeah.
Alright. This is part 1 of the Reading Disney Club's Hannah Herring interviewing Taylor Edwards. Be sure to watch part 2. Click the video link on the sidebar.